When we're graphing a positive angle, 400-degree angle, we need to go in a counterclockwise direction. We start at 0, and when we go all the way around to this point, when we get back to 0, we've gone 360 miles, or 360 degrees, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of that lady getting lost. Okay, so then we have to go another 40 degrees in order to get to the 400 degrees. Everybody get that? So 400 and 40 degrees are called coterminal angles. That teacher that got lost all the time would end up at the right place, but just not go the right way, okay? So she would still end up with the same place, just a little bit later in time. Everybody understand that? And those are coterminal angles. So basically, the trick on your calculator is to bring the 400 to a number that is between 0 and 360. So you keep, when it's a positive angle, you keep subtracting 360 until you get a number between 0 and 360. And on the first try we did. Okay? So how many 360s did you subtract? Only one. So you go around one full circle and then another 40 degrees. Everybody see that? If we have a negative angle, let's say we have negative 780 degrees, we're going to go in a clockwise position. So we go around once, and that's 360 degrees, negative 360. We go around again, and that's 720. Got it? And now we have to go 60 more. So it's going to be right here. So this angle here is either 300 degrees or negative 60 degrees or negative 780 degrees. How many names does that one angle have? Infinite. Infinite, very good. So in this picture, they want you to find the measurement of this angle. And we're going in this direction, so is this positive or negative? Positive. Positive, very good. So we know it's positive. And we go all the way around once. So we've got 360 once, right? Then we go halfway around. How many degrees is halfway around a circle? 180. 180. And then we go another 75 degrees.
What's that angle above it?
So when we add those three up, we get positive 615 degrees, and that is our answer. Okay, this bottom one, is it going to be positive or negative? Negative, very good. So we know it's a negative, and we've got, it goes around one time, two times, so that's 720, right? Then it goes around negative again, negative 180 to get to here. And if that quadrant is 90 and that little piece above it is 35, what's the piece below it? What's this piece right here? 55, so negative 55. And add those up. When we draw an angle ourselves, it might help your guys to put 0, 90, 180, and 270, because then you can figure out where you need to be. All right? So we have negative 690. How do we get out of the woods? If we're negative, how do we make it into a positive number? What do? We add or subtract? We add 360. So what happens when I add 360 one time? What do I get? So when we add 360 two times, we get 30 degrees. That means that this angle is going to end up at 30, which is right about here. But we went in a negative way. There's 1, and we did it again, but we stop at 30. 140 is quite easy. If I have this as 0, this is 90, and this is 180, then 140 is going to be right about here, and you just go straight shot in a positive motion. We don't have to subtract or add 360 to it. We just go right to it, okay? So now they want us to find reference angles. And every time I teach this, somebody gets it wrong because a reference angle is the positive distance from the x-axis. Okay? So it's the closest distance to the x-axis, and we always express it as positive. A lot of kids will get that the answer is a negative 30 or a negative 40 or a negative 10. It can't be negative. It has to be positive. It's the distance from the x-axis, okay? So if I have 305 in a negative sense, go ahead and get 305 out of the weeds. Where does it end up when you add 360 to it? At 55. So when we're doing 115, we graph it. It's one whole circle around when we do 475, and then we go to the 115. But 115, the closest way to get to the x-axis is right here. So we have to subtract 115 from 180, and we get 65.